Welcome to Mom's Life Made Simple, the podcast for moms who want to go from chaos to calm, from overwhelmed to organized, and to find balance between family responsibilities and personal growth. I'm your host, Chanel Nielsen. Let's make mom life simple. Hi, welcome to Mom's Life Made Simple. I'm your host, Chanel Nielsen, and we are kicking off April with the Meditation Self-Care Challenge. So hopefully you've been joining along all year, as each month we have a different focus for the month of what we're doing, what simple new habit we are working on to have more self-care in our life. Now, if you do not have it yet, if you haven't joined yet, be sure to go to chanelnielsen.com/self-care challenge. You can get the link wherever you're listening to this podcast, and that will give you a downloadable tracker so that you can track your progress and see how you're doing with the new habit that we're working on. Now, for the month of March, we worked on drinking more water. And you can pop on over to the Facebook group, Self-Care for Busy Moms, and let us know, how did it go for you? We'd love to hear how the challenge went, how you implemented it, what worked for you and what didn't. And go ahead and let us know in the group. Now, you'll notice I'm doing things a little bit differently this month. We are going to spend a little less time on the challenge and a little more time on the regular content that we have here on Mom's Life Made Simple, more generally speaking about keeping your mom life simple, how to get more time through habits of daily self-care, rather than focusing so much on the actual challenge for the month like we have been doing. I'll still do an intro episode every month. There still is a challenge, but if you want to really get content, check in on the Facebook group. That's where you can communicate, talk to other people who are doing the challenge, and get all the details there if that's something that you're interested in. So today we're going to talk about meditation, and the challenge for April is to really be more mindful. That can look a lot of different ways. I'm going to share my experience of meditation, and to be honest, it's been kind of a journey. Meditation is something that I have wanted to have be a part of my life, but hasn't really taken off the way that I wanted it to, I guess. Meaning that I did meditation, but for a long time I've been going through the motions of meditation. Now, as you know, to really get a habit going, it's very helpful to break it down into its simplest part. So what is the least you can do? How can you take this habit of meditation and make it really simple? Because of that, because I wanted the habit of meditation, I would often do a 1-minute meditation. And while this has helped the habit to stick, I wasn't really getting a lot from the meditation itself. It's very quick. 1 minute goes really fast. And sometimes it can be hard to get your head in the right space in that 1 minute, as you can imagine, right? Because it just goes really quickly and it's over before you know it. But I will say in the process, and it's been a few years now, I've been doing meditation, not always that 1-minute meditation, but usually pretty short, pretty simple meditations. I have locked in the habit of meditation. Recently though, I decided I was ready for a little bit more in my meditation, to get a little bit more out of my meditation practice. I wanted to have a more meaningful experience. And so I thought a lot about why I wanted that, and also what I wanted my meditation practice to look like. So my meditation happens as part of my morning routine. It's the last thing that I do in my morning routine. And I decided that I wanted my meditation to be really focused. Often, if I wasn't doing that 1-minute meditation that I mentioned, I would do whatever meditation popped up on YouTube. There is someone on YouTube, I can't even think of who it's called. I think it's Great Meditations, and they post a new meditation every day. So YouTube often suggests it for me, and they're short. They're usually 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm like, perfect, let's just do that, or part of that. And that was working, but it wasn't as targeted as I wanted it to be. And so I thought about, okay, what do I want my meditation practice to look like? And I remembered back to the episode that I did with Brooke Snow. You may have listened to that a while back. And one of the things that we talked about is how she focuses on Christ-centered meditations. And this is something that I've done here and there through her, through other people, and have found it really useful and valuable. And I thought, you know what? If I'm going to really make meditation a part of my life, that is the kind of meditation that I want to do. That's in alignment with my values. That's the kind of meditation I want to start my day with. And so I went ahead, and this isn't an affiliate program or anything, but I did recently subscribe to her Co-Create app, because it allows access to very targeted meditations. For me, this was the key. She has it broken down into lessons. So you can really do meditations that are helping you work on specific mental practices that you want to have in your life. Because of that, it's more motivating for me to sit there just a little bit longer and to get just a little bit more from my meditation practice. And for me, the difference is that there was a purpose. Whereas before, the whole purpose was meditate because it's good for me. And now the purpose is meditate because I am working on this aspect of love, forgiveness, health, whatever it is. And that has been a game changer for me in my meditation. So as we talk about meditation today, I want you to think, where in my life can I be more mindful? What is it that would make a difference for me? Mindfulness, meditation, they are good for everyone, even though they might look different for everyone. So I've been talking about more of the traditional type of meditation practice, sitting down, deep breathing, guided imagery, that kind of thing. But mindfulness is a much more broad term that I think all of us need more of. Mindfulness is paying attention to what's going on in the moment and being really aware of your present surroundings. So you can keep your mindfulness practice very simple. One other way I like to do this is just to go outside and sit outside and do nothing. Often, at least for me, at least in my world, people say, "What are you doing?" Call on the phone, well, "Hey, what are you doing?" Well, mindfulness in this way, and this practice of meditation, is doing nothing. I am sitting outside, I'm doing nothing. When I sit outside, we have a view of the hill by our house. I sit outside and I look at the hill. I watch the birds fly by. I feel the breeze. I listen to birds singing in the trees or the wind moving the trees, and I just look around and pay attention to what's going on around me. That's a beautiful practice that allows me to slow down. This isn't something I have a habit around. It's not something that I do at a regular time, but it's something that when I do, I feel really good after. I just enjoy that little mental break. Another thing that you can do with mindfulness, it doesn't have to be sitting out in nature. You can be more mindful when you're doing the dishes. How often are you sitting there doing the dishes and you're thinking about what you need to do later or whatever else is going on, and you're not thinking about doing the dishes? You might think that's weird, like, well, why would I want to think about doing the dishes? Well, let me tell you. You can feel the warm water on your hands. You can smell the dish soap. You can notice the progress that you're making going from this dirty dish to a dish that's cleaner. You can just pay attention to each aspect of it and be mindful and notice what's going on around you instead of kind of tuning it out and being somewhere else. Mindfulness is being present. When you have that practice, whether it's doing the dishes or anything else, it's going to help you later when you're talking to your kids to be present there. It's going to help you when you're with your husband or your friends to be present, to be mindful. It'll help you be more focused when you sit to read a book. Whatever it is, mindfulness helps with presence. It helps with being present, and that's a way to practice it. One more way that I practice mindfulness that I wanted to share is I have created a life vision for myself, which is just a written document of the things that I want in my life. And I took that written document, I recorded it as an audio, and I have it on my phone. And often I will listen to it. I do my work during the day when the kids are at school, and then I drive over to the school to pick up a couple of my kids. And while I'm sitting there in the pickup line waiting, I like to listen to my life vision. And listening to that life vision just is like a meditation for me. It helps me be more mindful. It helps me put work aside. It helps me come into this next phase of my day, which is family time phase, and to get really present and focused in that moment, in that space I want to be in. So those are some ways that I implement mindfulness. I would love to hear from you. How are you going to implement this mindfulness challenge? What are you going to do? You can share that, like I said, in the Facebook group. You can also get the tracker and download that so that you can check it off and work daily to be a little bit more mindful. So why? Why would you want to do this? Why would you want to be more mindful? Why would you want to meditate? I have a list of benefits that are really powerful. Number one, stress reduction. Meditating reduces your stress levels, and it's really makes sense to me why it reduces your stress levels, because it gives you the ability to pause and to act instead of be acted upon. When you get in the habit of slowing down, it slows down your reaction time. So instead of a kid doing something and you immediately reacting in anger, it allows you to slow down, to be present, and to think of how you want to respond. It reduces stress. It also, because stress is often very future focused. Stress is thinking of all the things you need to do in the future, whereas meditation and mindfulness are very present focused. So when you're in the present, you have everything you need right now. That can reduce stress if you really stay focused right where you are. Number two, meditation reduces your overall, no, it doesn't. It increases your overall health. Meditation increases and improves your overall health. Number three, meditation eases anxiety and depression, something that so many struggle with nowadays. If that's you, take the time to be more mindful, to create a meditation practice regularly. Number four, meditation bolsters your self-confidence. This is an interesting one. We probably all want to feel more self-confident, and just sitting and being with yourself gives you that. And I pondered why that would be. Why would meditation help us to feel more self-confident? Well, instead of comparing, looking at others, noticing what everybody else has, we just sit with ourselves and we feel the power and the beauty of ourselves. And just being, just not having to do anything, but just being is enough in that moment. And so, of course, that increases our self-confidence because it shows us that we are enough just as we are. The next one is it reduces inflammation. So physical inflammation, we're going to feel better in our bodies when we meditate. Meditation improves sleep. We'll sleep better if we meditate regularly. It improves our brain health. We will think better if we meditate regularly. It eases pain. If you have aches and pains or chronic pain, this is a good way to ease that pain. And it controls cravings. Again, back to this idea that I mentioned with stress reduction, because it allows us to act instead of react. And so it helps us to control cravings. These are some amazing benefits from meditating, and I'm sure things that we all want in our lives. So the challenge is to find a way that works for you, that makes a difference, to be more mindful or to get in more meditation. To join the challenge, go to chanelnielsen.com/self-care-challenge-2023. And that is how you can get your tracker for April and get going on being more mindful. I hope it goes well for you. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you for listening to Mom's Life Made Simple. I'm so glad that you're here, and I want you to join us for the 2023 Self-Care Challenge. Each month, we will be diving into a different area of simple self-care, learning how to create habits that allow you to make time for yourself. So to join the challenge, go to chanelnielsen.com/selfcare 2023. When you join, you'll get access to free downloads that help you to create and track your new habits, as well as a link to the community so that you can discuss and win prizes that the guests are sharing on the podcast. I'm so excited for you to make self-care part of your year in 2023.